What is up, everybody? It is Alex the Boogeyman here from Title Boxing Club in Rochester with your focus point of the week. And this week, we're going to make another stop on our trip around the world to the Philippines as we actually talk about a very rarely used, seldom known punch known as the Bolo punch. And we're going to work on this because, why, it's just something, another tool, another weapon in your arsenal. No, it's not used a lot, but we'll talk about some of its uses. Now first, what is the Bolo punch? Well, first of all, a bolo is kind of like a machete used to cut sugar cane. And there was a guy named Severino Garcia back in, I think, the 1920s in the Philippines who used to use the bolo to cut the sugar cane, and he was a boxer. So when he's in the ring, he started throwing some bolo-style punches. And in a lot of ways, it's a lot like an uppercut in the sense that your palm is up and there's some upward momentum to it. But unlike the uppercut, we're kind of breaking some of our rules of boxing. We're not using as much the legs and hips to drive power. It's more the whip of the arm. And the uppercut, it may not be to the face. It might be a little bit lower. So you can think of it almost like you're skipping a rock at the lake or something, right? So you're kind of getting this little wind up. Something we don't normally do in boxing, but it's just a quick flick. And it's that quick snap and the arc that delivers the power. Now, why would we use this in a fight? Well, you could use it against a ducker, someone who likes to duck underneath your hooks. Quickly hit them with that bolo punch. They duck down, bam, they run right into that punch. So even though it's low, somebody ducks, it could be right at their face. Sugar Ray Leonard most famously used the bolo punch as a fake. He was clowning with Roberto Duran in their second fight, so he started swinging this around, and boom, there was a quick jab, right? Now I might say, okay, well, it's got good sportsmanship, whatever, but it broke Duran's spirit somewhat. That was the no mas fight. And that is an advantage. When you start doing bolo punches, Roy Jones Jr. would do it, Joe Calzaghe would do it. Sometimes if they're winning, it gives you this confidence, especially if you land it, because you know you're like messing around with them. It does the opposite to your opponent. They start to feel like, oh God, they're messing around with me and they're still hitting me. So it has a confidence boosting and confidence sucking effect for your opponent. So it does have some value. But of course, you got to be careful with the bolo punch because it is a big movement, right? So people can see it coming and they can dodge it. We are bringing our hand down. We are going low here. We're open on this side, and it's with our rear hand, always with our rear hand. So there's a little bit of danger that comes with that. Now, you can kind of use that motion as a fake as well, because if they see me moving here, they might think it's a punch to the face. So another thing I can do, I can throw a jab cross, and then quickly whip the bolo punch. They start to think it's another punch to the face. They block here. I go right under and punch them with that bolo punch. So we're going to be working on that. Again, it's about getting that whip, keeping our shoulder loose. If you try to be all tense and stiff and tight with a bolo punch, that's not going to be any good. It's not even going to hurt that much. So we want to make sure we're slicing through that sugar cane this week, because that is how we do it.